Okay, welcome to Meet Your Monsters. If you thought Pacific Rim was anti-Semitic, then this is the podcast for you. Get it? Anybody?
Explain.
No.
Kaiju? Kaiju.
Damn, you're really smart, Douglas.
Well, then no, never mind.
Beware the evil kaiju. Sorry. Well, they say if you have to explain it, it's not funny.
See, I'd say the opposite. If you thought Pacific Rim was anti-Semitic, maybe you shouldn't listen to our podcast. I really want you.
But that doesn't go in the intro, you know.
Yeah, it's
I
true.
get what you're saying. Okay, how's everybody doing? Anybody got anything cool going on?
Doing well.
Christmas time. Woo!
Ish.
Yeah.
Love it.
It's Christmas time, like by the evening of Thanksgiving, it's Christmas time.
After
Oh,
Halloween.
yeah, see?
Yeah.
Let's celebrate by talking about rape and murder. Woo!
I didn't hear about any Black Friday tragedies. Hey, where's our King's Rolls? Anybody?
King's
I can't believe you guys don't have a King's Roll. They're
we'll
so
swing
good.
by King Supers.
As long as the blood
Yeah, who
hadn't
was that?
seeped through the plastic packaging, I would still eat those King's Rolls.
Are they that good?
Who
They're
didn't know about
delicious.
King Rules?
Everybody.
Yeah, those three.
It's
You did?
probably
No, I did.
No, he told
Okay,
I
everybody
told the
about it.
story.
it's probably something where when I see it, I'll go, oh yeah, I used to eat all those or something. But I never heard of them. Okay, For You at Home, Meet Your Monsters is a podcast in which I show my friends horror movies that I love, and we find out if they love them too or if they just think my taste in movies sucks. This week's movie is the 2013 Horns, written by Keith Bunnan, based on the novel by
Bunnan,
Joe
yeah.
Hill, and directed by Alexander Aja. Daniel Radcliffe as Ignatius Parrish, Max Minghella as Lee Tourneau, and Juno Temple as Marin Williams. Follow us through the darkness of our wasted and festering memories as we struggle to recall the movie we just watched with this week's sinister synopsis. I like that one. Okay, Daniel Radcliffe stars as a man accused of rape and murder of his girlfriend, played by Juno Temple, who uses his newly discovered paranormal abilities in his pursuit to uncover the real killer. I stole that from Wikipedia.
Don't shut the fourth wall.
Okay, what'd you guys think of this movie?
I liked it.
I enjoyed it.
It was
Yeah?
good.
Matt?
It was as Abe, Matt, and I can attest to. It's a lot to live up to for the book.
Yeah.
So I think we definitely had a
actually-
colored view, non-colored.
Did you
view.
read it too?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
did
listened
you?
to it. Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
So I
can't
agree.
Fucking busy.
Yeah, but we all have office jobs,
Oh, yeah.
so
Yeah.
we get to sit around and listen to shit all day.
But
You
at the
should put it
same
on
time,
the
like, I think they did a good job of, like, you know, making it into a movie. Like how I
Yeah.
think me and Matt were talking about when we were watching it. Like, you have to, like, when you make something into a movie, like, it has to fit certain beats. Like, things have to happen at an exact time, like, for it to be, you know, like a...
Not a turd.
Yeah, like for it to be what people expect to watch anyway. So I think they did a wonderful job considering all that.
Yes.
Matt, you were less than thrilled with this one?
Yeah, I felt like they dropped a ball on a couple of the important things. Me and you talked about it at work and how
Yeah.
they kind of sacrificed the better mystery for the more apparent mystery.
For the easier mystery for the audience to get behind.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
the movie was like, oh, we got to find out who the killer is, and in the book, it's like we got to find out why she broke up with Big.
I agree.
Yeah, you knew who the killer was right away, and you didn't even know there was a mystery to solve until he solved it, and you went, holy shit, that was amazing.
That's true.
But the movie on its own, since we can't really compare to the book, or at least we can, but I thought they did it was a fun movie to watch. They even added some more fun stuff that wasn't in the book, where he used his powers and stuff.
Yeah.
And we could get into that. Let's just jump right into now the fun starts with everyone's favorite pieces and parts.
So juicy.
I really liked the part when, and this wasn't in the book, where he goes to the doctor to have his horns removed, and they put him to sleep, and then when he wakes up, the doctor's like banging the nurse next to him. That was pretty funny.
I like that part when he went and like told his brother to take all those drugs and like, he went from pussy to badass pretty quickly.
Yeah.
But then went right back to pussy when he confronted his friend.
He did get beat up a lot.
Yeah.
Why didn't his snakes help him? They were just sitting there like, oh, he's getting the
Why
fuck
didn't he
whooped out
horn
of
him
him.
more?
In the book, he did.
I would agree that he wasn't horny enough.
That was the scene with me and Matt.
That's
Like,
why they broke up.
Yeah.
He's gonna die, right? Oh, that's is that how you eat mushrooms too? You eat them?
Yeah, or you can make him
Or you
into
can
tea.
keystroke.
You said, "Is that how you eat mushrooms?"
You don't put them up your butt? Is that how you eat something?
I had to go both ends. I like to really trip balls.
That way, when
sounds
they
horrible.
meet in the middle, it's like a supernova. It's like hallucinogens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite part was him laughing after he blew the cop's head off.
Yeah.
That definitely was.
Amazing movie.
Because there was the beginning was definitely like sad but funny, like all the humor with him using his horns and making people say mean stuff, and then it got super serious. They took that turn, and then there was just that little piece of comedy. You're like, whoa,
Yeah.
okay, that was pretty dang funny.
And since the synopsis didn't cover this, I should say that what happens is the character wakes up and he's got horns. And he doesn't know how he got them, he's just got horns. And everyone that he tries to talk to just spills out their heart's desire to him, whether it's
Deep, dark
good or
secrets.
bad, and ask him permission to
mostly
carry
bad.
this out. It's almost always bad, yeah.
I think that's because he's got horns.
Because he's,
not-
Because
he's a demon,
yeah.
yeah.
devil.
So he inadvertently gets everyone's dirty little secrets, and
Yeah. I like that about it because after like the Bruce Almighty movie, it was like, see, it actually sucks to be God. And I was like, it's pretty lame. Like,
Yeah.
and this one, I was like, yeah, it would suck to be Satan. Like, it's probably hard being Satan, you know? And see, I feel like this is coming from a non-religious person, of course, but if Satan's punishing the bad guys, isn't he the good guy?
He goes a lot more into that
Yeah,
in
in
the
the
book.
book.
And
Yeah. So like, I was like, oh, it's cool. Like, you're finally getting it from Satan's point of view. It kind of blows.
when I was a kid, I would always think to myself, like, why would anybody be a Satanist? That's the stupidest shit in the world. But then he has this speech in the book, and he's talking to snakes. And he goes on for a long time and just explains the situation. And at the end of it, I was like, I think I'm a Satanist. It was really fantastic. It's a great book. I wish that scene had been in the movie.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like though that they went I don't feel like they thought made it look like it sucked to be Satan. Like I think they were like saying like it was awesome. Like he has all these awesome powers now, and he's using them to.
Well, he didn't particularly appreciate like his parents telling him that they hated him and shit.
Well, yeah.
Well, nobody
I mean,
really
it
does.
definitely.
Yes.
Yeah, but it does get a little bit more into like how awesome it is when like he burns him and shit, and he's like, I'm fine. And
Yeah.
in the book, I guess we're gonna keep talking about the book the entire time.
Ram the book up with 4 of your butts.
And I just want to bring one more thing up about the book. I wish they could have got more. They concentrate a lot on the Rolling Stones, music of the Rolling Stones. Like "Sympathy for the Devil" was a big, obviously, part of the book, and that just would have been really appropriate to you. You know.
They can't afford Rolling
I was about to
Stones.
say it, right?
No,
Sounds
definitely
like
not.
there's
And
a whole
that's the
movie
bummer,
budget
'cause I was
right
like, oh. And also the music was good, but I felt like it was so obvious sometimes. And I was just like, I do like this song, but I've heard about it for years, and so has everybody else.
Let's
So-
do a new segment where Sarah goes over the score. And
Oh,
soundtrack.
no, I've never.
Have you ever read Good Omens?
I did.
By Neil Gaiman, where like the demon guy, like
It's
everything
Gaiman.
he listens to, like he tries to like listen to he tries to listen to like all kinds of different tapes, and they all eventually turn into like one Queen song, I think, because like his evil like has power over the like the music, and it just it's pretty funny.
It's Neil Gaiman.
What I say? Gaiman. Sorry.
I pronounced it Gaiman for like 20 years.
Yeah.
But that was
Chuck
until someone
Palahniuk
said-
too. I always said Palahniuk, and that's actually
It's-
Palahniuk.
It's Polnick.
Palahniuk. Yeah. I've been
These
saying that.
names.
Who do you think would win in a fight?
Richard, are you out of
Neil
Palahniuk.
Gaiman. Neil Gaiman.
No way.
Well,
Paul, have you ever seen Palahniuk?
Yeah.
He's a pretty rough looking motherfucker.
Yeah, but Neil Gaiman's
He's
cooler.
a willowy.
He's cooler.
Yeah.
But
You didn't say who's cooler. You said who.
Well, okay, see, this is how it started.
and
Like,
actually I disagree. Chuck
Chuck
Palahniuk's
Palahniuk's
way
cooler.
cooler.
no cooler than Neil Gaiman.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
a Neil Gaiman fan. He's
Yeah,
like,
I'm with you. Neil
I'm a
Gaiman.
fan of
So I'm
his,
thinking what would happen is like it would start off like he might have the upper hand, but then like because Neil Gaiman probably has more friends, they would all jump in and help him, and they would jump.
They're all
Does he
willowy
get the
people,
Amanda
too.
Palmer assist?
Yeah,
Because
Ooh,
I
and
feel like
there's
she
the
did.
art.
Done. She will kill anyone.
She
beat
would
him up
artfully
their
ask
boobs.
all the fans to whoop
Amanda
his ass.
Palmer
for him.
versus Brock Lesnar.
They would crowdsource.
That's a good fight.
She would crowdsource an ass whooping for Brock Lesnar.
That should be a thing. Crowdsource and ass whooping. That should be a t-shirt. That's amazing. Okay, for each movie, Kathleen digs through all the dirt and slime of the filthy internet to bring us this week's terrifying trivia.
Horns was based on a novel by Joe Hill, who is the son of legendary horror novelist Stephen King. His full name is Joseph Hillstrom King.
I was smart not going by Joe Hill. I mean, going by Joe King, because then everybody would be like, yeah, he's just using his dad's name.
But as soon as you see his author photo, you're like, whoa.
Yeah, it can't be anybody else.
Nope.
Yeah.
I would
remind-
take Carrie and just change the name to Michelle and keep everything exactly the same.
I was reminded of the Keanu Reeves Dracula scene. 'Tis the man himself.
Whoa.
Shia LaBeouf was originally cast in the lead role, but he was replaced by Daniel Radcliffe.
Dodged a motherfucking
Yeah,
bullet.
baby. I
Thank
think he
you.
would have been awesome.
He is not
I
awesome
think Daniel
with
Radcliffe is
anything.
great. I think Shia LaBeouf could have been really good.
Shia
No.
LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf
Somebody
sucks at
did. Did
everything.
you hear about that?
Yeah.
Oh my
You know what? Yeah, he did some art exhibit where like he let people do whatever they wanted to him, and he claims a fan raped him, which I say bullshit because he doesn't have fans.
Well,
Except for Sarah, and she didn't do it.
I wasn't anywhere near him.
now wait a second though. Is it considered rape if you're just too apathetic to stop them?
No,
Was it a fella or a
And
lady?
they're
It's a
allowed
lady.
to do anything they want to you. Like, where's the limit on that?
You know,
Yeah, I
he
mean,
even
he said
stole that
anything.
idea. Some artist did that idea years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
And she,
Raped by a
I
fan
remember,
years ago, too.
I remember that too because like she said it started off like they like the people that came to her exhibit were just like goofed around like, oh, I'll put this pencil in your nose, ha 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 ha, and then it got like, I'm gonna punch you in the fucking kidney, and then see what you do.
Yeah, it escalated to them like holding loaded guns to her head.
Who just carries around a loaded gun?
There was a table
No, they
with
went-
stuff.
They went home. They're like, hold on, guys,
Yeah.
wait.
So he supplied torture devices for himself? Well, we are talking about a guy who yanked out a tooth for a war movie.
No.
Yeah.
See? He's dedicated.
He's crazy. He actually had a tooth ripped out just to look rough for that Fury movie.
But then, what about
Dipshit.
other roles where he needs all his teeth? Is it
Well,
just-
he got a new tooth because he's rich.
Yeah.
True. You can
But he
make
like
a
cut
choice
his face and stuff, so he'd have scars. Acting, man.
You know what I don't get is why didn't he like just act well in those Transformers movies? Like if he's willing to go to those lengths to like fit in the character for a war movie,
And
how
in
about not
defense,
sucking?
he does say no a lot.
Does
in
he?
Transformers, yeah. No. Do you ever see that? Like it's like a supercut of him, like, and it's like he says no like 1,000 times throughout like each movie.
I feel like the first Transformer was awesome.
No, it's
Not enough robot fighting, which doesn't really make sense, but
If it was exclusively robot fighting, it would be
It'd been Pacific Rim.
okay.
yes. Oh, God.
God, Pacific Rim's good.
Yeah.
I'm not the biggest Shia LaBeouf fan, but I feel like he would have brought that dark, bummed out.
in that one Indiana Jones movie
I never
where
saw
he's
that.
like going through the trees,
Oh,
the same
yeah.
speed as like the monkeys. Like,
He's just swinging through vines. He's been swinging through vines all his fucking life.
Not just was he keeping up with the monkeys, but he caught a speeding jeep.
Yeah.
He's swinging like 70 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Doing backflips
gymnast.
and shit.
Escaping a nuclear explosion from a fridge. I'm okay with that.
That actually happened once.
A whole thing with
Yeah,
with
people always
aliens.
talk shit about that, but actually, just like, sorry, I didn't mean to-
Did it happen?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
don't
but
know.
that didn't happen. But I was listening. You can survive a nuclear explosion like from a mile away. I think like in a car.
Really?
No,
Yeah.
like they did a cracked article about they
Yeah,
interviewed this one
that's what
girl
I'm
who
talking about,
survived a nuclear blast,
check
and they
it
said
out.
like a couple layers of clothing was enough to stop the radiation burns.
Uh-huh.
And one other guy climbed in a freezer.
Didn't kids used to get caught in refrigerators? Wasn't that
Yeah,
a big
and they
thing?
like suffocated.
Because they couldn't get
Those
out.
kids.
Why not?
happened on House Party.
Why not?
Oh, because you couldn't get it
Ooh,
back
separate
open. Like I think they
time.
latched on the outside.
Oh, I see.
Like that instead of
Oh,
having
the
like
old
a
ones?
magnet or whatever inside it, it would have like an actual latch.
So like, I'll just hide in this
Can you
fridge.
get out of them now?
Well, yeah, because I mean it's just like the magnetic
So that's
strip
not a good
around
way
the
to
outside.
punish my daughter.
It just suffocated her to death in the fridge.
It's a good way to kill your dog.
Yeah.
I would be like, fine, I'm gonna eat yogurt.
What else you got for this trivia?
Director Alexander Aja is a member of the unofficial Splat Pack, a term coined by film historian Alan Jones in Total Film magazine for a new wave of directors making brutally violent horror films. The other Splat Pack members are Darren Lynn Bousman, Neil Marshall, Greg McLean, Eli Roth, James Wan, Lee Wanell, and Rob Zombie.
That's a good lineup right there.
I've only heard of 3 of those.
There's
people.
a few of those. I don't know. I'd have to look and see what they did.
I've got a fun connection. I was telling you guys about earlier to Alexander Aja, is that what I say his name? So Alexander Aja produced a movie called The Pyramid, which was written by a guy named Nick Simon, who was a friend of mine at work. Did you ever meet Lori from when I worked with the doctor? Was her son-in-law. She wrote The Pyramid.
All right. Juno Temple was considered for the role of Luna Lovegood on Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, but the role was given to Ivana Lynch.
It's good
You
movies.
can see that doughy-eyed aloofness to her.
She kind of seems like she had like a stroke or something. Juno Temple, like she's just very like.
She had cancer.
Hey, what's up, guys? don't kill me, please.
Aww. Let's have sex in treehouse.
Alright. The diner Ig takes Marin to is named Eve's Diner, and its sign is a big apple, referring to the forbidden fruit of Eden that Eve ate and caused a man to be casted out of Eden. It's also where Ig first encounters the snake.
Helen on the mountain.
So,
You're welcome, man.
did they ever name the restaurant in the book? Was it also Eve's there?
I don't
The
remember.
Pit is what it was called.
Oh, okay.
Peach Pit.
That makes
I didn't realize the diner. I thought you were gonna say it was somehow related to that because that's the first thing popped into my mind too. I was like, oh shit, there's a reference fucking 90210.
Alright, and then actress Kelly Garner was one of the victims of the fappening.
Oh, no.
Which one was she?
She was the girl
The
who
naked one.
played Glenna.
Yeah, the one that ate all the donuts.
Yeah.
Wait, what happened to her?
She got her naked pictures hacked.
Uh,
So now you could.
good
But
thing nobody
everybody was
really-
too busy looking for Jennifer Lawrence
Yeah.
to notice.
She's like, please. That was probably good. That was a good scene too. She was just eating all those donuts. I'm like,
It is time once
Light
again
shines
to
from
meet
your
your
belly.
monster.
You know, I realize we're always saying like, "Ha a walrus." That's a seal. That's a sound of a
that
seal.
Is a walrus.
Walruses
sir.
don't make sounds.
yeah, huh? Did you not see?
Yeah, Justin Long.
Yeah, it went. Yeah, they go like, but like a seal's like. That's a seal.
Yeah, they bark. It was
Yeah,
barking.
like a seal.
You ever see the video where he's playing the saxophone?
Who?
Walruses.
Oh no.
Awesome. The monster is man, right? I don't know. His monster is obviously Lee, who kills Marin.
But he is
What?
kind of Satan.
But doesn't Satan help? Like Ig wouldn't really be the. Oh, Derek's listening to Walrus. So would it be Lee as the main
I was just
villain,
curious.
right?
Well, okay, so here's
That's what I was kind of having trouble with. Like,
it's something that's been kind of not really discussed. Are we talking about the monster, in which case Ig turned into the demon, or are we talking about the villain?
Both.
I don't know.
We got two monsters. Why not use them both?
because he does turn into a monster. He loses his life in in search of his goal. I don't know if that
And the other guy was clearly a monster, and,
Yeah.
and then he was a psychopath,
yeah.
rapist.
I think that's one of like the main themes is like him losing his humanity, and then like
Yeah.
the cross brings it back. So
So yeah, he became a monster to find out who killed Marin. So
because he was like always so good his whole life, and then like in
Yeah.
order to like actually get shit done, he had to become like
because they did show he was a bit
demon.
of a weenie when he was younger, but then he had like
Yeah.
the little streak, the little edge.
I once almost lost my vision to a cross.
What
Your
did you?
vision?
What did you do?
Did I tell you that story already?
I feel like you were doing something bad.
Yeah.
I was at a strip
If you do
club,
that, you'll go.
and this black chick with these humongous boobs,
She was
like
wearing a cross.
she was wearing a big wooden
Oh,
cross.
Jesus,
And she like smacked my head into her boobs, and the cross went right in my eye.
Oh.
And I was like, "Ah, God damn it!"
not
but
like this. Why was
but
she
it was
wearing
worth
a
it.
big
It was
cross?
worth it.
Did you like try to pretend like it
Very
didn't
religious.
hurt?
No, I was like, "Ah, motherfucker!" That hurt."
So I've been like, yeah, nice tits.
Power of Christ literally compelled you to get away from the tits, Dave. Take the hint.
I kind of wondered if that wasn't something she did just as a mean thing to do to people. She seemed perfectly nice.
Yeah.
Saw a stripper with boots on that had a little chain slot in them.
Nice.
So you could put chain in her heels.
I just don't
That was
remember
brilliant.
that.
That's awesome.
Put 'em
And then
in
they
their
would
thongs.
jingle around.
Oh.
I bet she made more money that way than the other.
Like, why wouldn't? I mean, why? I mean, take what you can get. You know.
Like by the end of her show, she's like,
Yeah, she has the most powerful thighs.
All these weighted boots.
Who's going there with change though? What kind of
But
joke? Like,
see-
I only have $1.50.
So I doubt anybody's going in there with
Podcast.
change, but they've had loose change in their pockets. I'd was doing it.
I'd
I'd put the
okay,
change
man.
in there just for fun.
Nope.
Yeah.
Feed the machine.
I'd be like,
Just because you never put chains in boots before.
Yeah.
Tickle, pickle, whatever. It's a $20 bill.
Apparently don't work for cheap.
Yeah. I don't even like change as a waitress.
like she has like one of those dollar slots on the other boob, and like you gotta keep like trying to straighten out your bill. Like, wait, stop moving.
like the change machine, you rub it on the edge and shit.
Okay, here on Meet Your Monsters, we like to examine all forms of depravity, and so now for the mathematically perverted, the Colby count.
Okay, so this movie had 3 bodies and 4 boobs and 2 butts, one of which I believe was Daniel Radcliffe's. It's been a while because
Too shabby. It was a lot less hairy than I felt like it should have been. I think he probably waxed it.
Daniel Radcliffe,
He is hairy.
he's a
man.
feminine fella.
Yeah, but he's a hairy feminine fellow. Like, he's got a big...
I just
the
wish
hair.
he was Harry
I'd say
Potter
a
in
big
every
dong.
role.
It's funny that you're saying Danny Radcliffe was hairy.
Oh, I didn't get that.
He was.
hairy.
He was Harry Potter. Who's it? Whose boobs do we see?
Juno Temples.
Yeah.
We did?
Yeah.
A little bit.
When she's in that green dress and they're like getting it on in the treehouse.
Yeah. It was
Right
like
on
It was like artsy boobs.
Yeah.
dream sex. Yeah.
That was it?
That's it. Well,
Oh,
that's
okay.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
There was a scene where he was peeing, which I always get to think like when they show peeing scenes in movies, you never see them put their wiener away. They just like walk away, and I'm
They
like,
do the like stretch and
Sometimes
like
they
yeah.
like shake it
hop
out.
it
A
in,
bit.
It's like
right? I
never
don't
saying
know how
goodbye
to
when
You
they
just
hang up
fold
the
it back
phone.
up, right?
we just left to assume that like he just spent the rest of the night with his wiener hanging out.
He was pretty drunk. He was
Yeah.
pretty
Yeah.
drunk.
Lee's death scene was pretty cool. Well, at least him getting gorged by the horns was pretty rad.
Had nothing to do with his wiener.
No.
It might have been screen
Talking about
side.
wieners right now, Sarah.
Sorry.
And now we honor the artists and artistry that literally put the horror in the horror movie with what we lovingly call the special effects.
So the makeup department
Never mind.
head, her name was
There.
Rita. I'm assuming this is Chikozy.
Did we catch up closer?
She was the head makeup department for all the X-Men movies and the Watchmen movies, which say what you will about the X-Men movies before First Class, they sucked. I'll say it. And Watchmen wasn't that great either, but the makeup was really good. I think you could see the
So making me a
comic
glove.
book, the comic book influence in this
Yeah.
one.
Challenge you to a duel. Slap you across the face with a glove.
What?
He
Two was
not a
awesome.
No,
And I
two's
think
bad.
Watchmen
Too blue.
was very faithful to the comics. Well, this is
Yeah,
not.
it wasn't
This is not the
at all.
Watchmen.
No, it
No,
wasn't.
Oh,
it's-
yeah.
Oh, they only changed the
Very
ending.
poorly.
Come
They've
on.
changed a lot.
No, all right. That's a good thing. It
But
was
the
very,
ending was the whole.
And the
Yeah.
middle. And
Why
just
did
the
they do
big,
that?
just
You
the
couldn't
end
have
and the
filmed.
middle.
You
They
couldn't
only
have filmed
fucked
that
up the beginning,
ending.
middle, and end.
They would have looked ridiculous.
It would have looked ridiculous.
What
but
would have looked ridiculous?
the
The
ending,
ending.
like the big
aliens?
monster. weird.
No, it
Or
would have
they're-
looked
yeah,
fantastic.
it's crazy.
Mm,
I see
It
big
would've
monsters in
I
movies all the
remember
time.
reading it and being like,
yeah.
Well,
I understand it, but
they were so dumb that they ruined the whole thing because in the book the monsters appear and it kills a bunch of people and stuff like that, and that's fine. That's what happens in the book. They just blow up the city, but they would have blown up the place where the diary ends up at the end in
Yeah.
the city.
it was in a refrigerator, so it's fine.
Yeah. Duh.
Okay, is that all you got for the special effects? The makeup artist also did X-Men.
And Watchmen, which the makeup was good.
It
And
was good.
Yeah.
Those
Watchmen,
claws
yeah.
popped
the
out.
movie just sucked real bad.
You didn't like 2?
No, it was terrible.
Remember when Wolverine was like stabbing folks? I thought that was cool.
That was
Yeah,
cool.
that was
I like that part. Whatever, Colby.
Have you guys?
Fight to
But Wolverine does cry too much in the second X-Men though about like his past and everything. Which reminds me, have you guys ever seen the comic with him and Deadpool? And like Deadpool's like making fun of him because he like cries so much about like not having his memories and like because he like Deadpool had the same kind of thing happen to him, like the experiments and everything. Yeah, and it's really funny because he keeps like making fun of Wolverine.
He doesn't care.
Did you hear Deadpool movie got green with it?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Is it gonna be the one they showed that trailer for?
I hope it's
I hope
animated.
so.
That'd be
I
fun.
think that was just test footage.
Yeah, it was just like
Well, I
because
hope
it
it
wasn't
ma-
even actually. It was all
It's like
animated, right?
yeah, like
Wasn't
a
it Ryan
concept.
Reynolds?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
I hope it was his voice, and I hope the whole thing's animated. That'd be
Man, I
badass.
don't think his Green Lantern part's gonna go off much.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'll be so good. I hope. Or
I
not.
heard the second Green Lantern is supposed to be awesome too. Like I don't think
The
it's ever gonna
second?
get made. But like I
Oh.
was reading a thing and they were talking about how like the script is fucking amazing, and it would be awesome, but like because the first one failed so hard that they're just probably never gonna make it.
Didn't the first one bring us Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively together as a couple?
Yeah, and I'll never forgive it for that. So
It's like a real life love story.
dead to me.
Okay, the films we discuss on this podcast are horrifying, but sometimes real life is even more fucked up. Brace yourself for the nefarious news.
Alright, so in Horns, Daniel Radcliffe's character Egg grows 2 ginormous horns out of his head. This was through a unconscious deal with the devil kind of thing. But in real life, there are many documented cases of humans growing real horns coming out of their head.
What?
Sometimes their hands. Yeah,
You said their hands?
yeah.
Oh, they get horns out of their
They
hands.
could get horns of their heads or their. Well, would horns only be
Grow
on your
hands
head?
out of their heads,
Hands
and
out
then
of their
horns out of the
They'd
hands
be
on their
horns
heads.
out of their heads.
They got horns on their heads, on their hands. It's fucked.
Yeah.
Grow little heads out of their
In one
hands and
case,
have horns.
a penis. Creepy.
A penis grow out of a dude's head?
I'm sorry, a horn.
Oh, a horn grow out of a dude's
That's
penis.
worse.
That's creepy.
I'd rather have a penis grow out of my head than a horn grow out of my
He
penis.
just has like a cock shot on his head. And
I was picturing two of them, like antennas.
he has to like tuck his dick into his hat.
Abe looked like he was just like opening his best Christmas present. I was like,
I want to see pictures of this. I kept picturing like when he gets a boner, like.
His hat's just hanging there.
Oh, that would be
It's
a
called,
difficult situation to rectify. Sorry.
cutaneous horns, and they're unusual keratinous skin tumors that look like horns, sometimes wood, sometimes coral. So they're just big things that grow out.
Oh wow.
They don't know why, and they think it might be. What are you laughing about? You son of a bitch.
Look at Abe. He had a dick on his head.
But I think keratinous is a word because it probably means it's made out of keratin.
Keratin, right? Yeah. So they don't know the cause of it. They think it might be related to radiation and maybe sun exposure because head and hands are the most likely places they'll grow. That's where sun hits you the most. Maybe related also to the HPV virus because they think it's kind of a wart. So ladies, get yourself vaccinated.
Won't that just encourage
Fucking dicks out of your heads.
Ladies.
Well, an HPV vaccine just encourages them to have more sex and become a slut.
Yeah, but they'll be safer.
And
My body, my choice.
horn dicks growing out of their heads.
Use condom. Wrap it up. Let's see.
Wait a second. That's the rare occasion where being horny could get you horns.
Do you have a sound effect?
I thought it was a good one.
It was. They can be removed with a sterile razor, but the underlying condition needs to be treated. So if you cut it off, it's going to keep growing back. A 101-year-old man named Zhang Rufang.
Nice.
Rufang.
Dick
Yeah.
on his head.
He has a growth 6 centimeters. How big is a centimeter? How big is 6 centimeters?
It's about big.
Pretty big though, right? Yeah.
For you at home,
About the size
we're
of my wiener.
holding up.
About
I'm holding my fingers up about this much.
Some bitches are pretty close.
Yeah.
And he's growing one on the other opposite side of his head. I've seen photos. It's really weird. It does look like horns. A lady from the 19th century had a 9.8-inch horn grow out of the middle of her head, but she did have it successfully removed. And The wax model. It says wax model of her head, and I don't know if the horns are really there still, but it's in Philadelphia in a museum. So
That's
we'll
like
go
the
to
museum.
the Museum of Occult whatever. With
Yeah, to see the
There's a
Raggedy Ann doll.
Like the one that Dan
Annabelle.
Aykroyd owns?
Huh?
Like the one that Dan Aykroyd owns?
He's got a.
He's got Annabelle?
No. Oh, you're talking about that one.
He's
No,
got like
Dan
a-
Aykroyd is like crazy into the occult, and he has
Does
like
he?
a
Is he
bunch of shit
really?
like that. Yeah, yeah.
That's
That's
not
why
a
he
good
wrote
way to live.
Ghostbusters.
Conehead.
Yeah, I read that Harold Ramis said
It
it
is
was
leptos.
weird. It was weird for him because Harold Ramis is totally like I guess he was an atheist, didn't believe in ghosts, none of that shit, and they wrote it together, and he was like, God damn, this guy really loves ghosts.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
We have some of his vodka. Dan
What?
Aykroyd's.
He
makes
makes
it-
vodka.
Yeah, some sort of crystal skull vodka. That's pretty cool.
Oh, that's
Oh,
his.
that's
I've had that.
Yeah, it's good. So yeah, gross on your hair. That's kind of cool, right? I
yeah,
guess.
Good guys.
Good guys.
Weirdest damn thing about that video is not his webbed toes. It's the fact that he like just like showing them and demonstrating them, and he uses a Phillips head screwdriver to like prove that they're real. Like of all things, no like scientific like I don't know
Like
little,
a tongue depressor.
Yeah, like, they just had a screwdriver and like handed it. I'm like, what am I gonna use? Like, I don't know, just a fucking screwdriver.
Good for him.
Hand me a spatula.
The new Ghostbuster movie, is that going to be...
I've heard that it's a no-go.
Oh,
really?
yeah,
The one with the
okay,
women?
good.
Yeah.
Oh, bummer.
I heard at first they were looking to do, it was supposed to be Paul Rudd, Seth Rogen, and Jonah Hill were going to be the new.
See, I think that would have been stupid, but I
Yeah.
think the whole female thing, like with all the female, I think that would be.
Yeah, I'd be interested enough to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would they bring back Annie Potts?
Oh, I love it. Ghostbusters, what do you want?
Okay, hours of effort and creativity go into making a movie, and there's always some asshole just waiting to shit on it. And so on behalf of the underappreciated horror filmmakers, we are here to take revenge with the critical critique.
My God, they've all gone.
So I didn't have any specific review that really jumped out at me as being like that shitty. It just seemed like they all were bitching about Aja's style of like kind of combining genres, which I talked about Piranha 3D. I really like.
What are they talking about specifically?
Well, like a few of them
Comedy.
like said like they can't decide if it wants to be a horror movie or like a comedy or and like
I feel like in this movie, though, they didn't blend them very well. It was
I thought it
funny
was good.
and then super sad. And then funny.
Yeah.
Like, I don't feel like it was...
we're supposed to be doing the opposite of that.
I
Sarah.
know. You can yell at me, too.
I liked it. I thought it was good.
Yeah, I mean,
I-
I don't think it ever tried to be a horror movie.
No.
I don't see that at all, really.
No, I don't think the book was fully horror either. But I don't think the blending was as good as it could have been. It just seemed, and that's why I feel like that the shot when he shoots the cop on accident was so like jarring. It was hilarious, but it's just like, whoa, that feels completely out of context. But
Yeah, I mean, I can't. That's why I say I didn't have a specific one to like I could reference to. I mean, they did make their points, and I mean but I don't think it necessarily deserves to say that it's a bad movie. Just because I mean, I feel like it needed all of those elements, and if they didn't like completely mesh all that well, it was still a fine movie.
And that's how movies like come to be. Somebody tries something and we really go, hey, that's good, or that's bad.
sorry, I can be an asshole for a couple of Did you just do this?
Yeah.
He pointed at me through his fingers.
No, I pointed at Matt.
Oh.
Well,
Matt, would you like to
Would you like to be the critic to speak?
well,
stomp on this a little bit?
Yeah, like I'm with Derek. I think people can't handle two genres in one movie. That's pretty ridiculous. But then again, there are people who do it way better. Like Edgar Wright does it the best.
He is the master.
I gotta say,
Yeah.
fucking Hot
Cabin in the
Fuzz,
Woods?
one of the best movies of all
Aw,
time.
what?
Fez, Shaun of the Dead, amazing.
Yeah, I mean, Piranha 3D definitely did it way better,
Yeah,
but
because
I
that was
mean,
because it was like such a ridiculous
wasn't a-
premise,
I feel like
and this one's
touching
dealing with
moments
like
in
rape and murder, so it's kind of different.
Yeah, it's really a sad story
Mhm.
with some jokes in there. I could see that being jarring.
yeah, I mean, it's a pretty brutal premise, and like to have to try to. I was gonna say try to like incorporate different things into that, like elements of like comedy and like you don't want him to be a whiny bitch the whole time, but at the same time, like you definitely need something to.
We didn't
take-
mention the funniest scene in the whole movie when it says like the whoever wins in a fight or however you put it, the newscasters gets an exclusive with them, so they start beating the shit out of each other.
Yeah, that was my secondary, my backup favorite part if somebody else said the thing about the cop.
And you know,
Oh yeah.
I got the cops to blow each other.
Yeah.
Oh, that was cute.
And they
though.
didn't even fight. It worked out. They were like in a relationship
They
of some
really
sort.
liked
Yeah,
each
yeah,
other.
yeah,
Oh, that was
like-
a good thing he did.
Just as soon as I start dating, though, the guy gets his head blown off.
Oh, dude, I know, right?
Tragic.
But we totally called that he was, well, they kind of.
But
They were way too old to be in Iggy's class, though.
Yeah, far too old.
That was just a much more powerful load in his face. Yeah.
It's so funny.
What? No rim shot?
I wish you could see
No sound effect for that one?
no rim shots.
Oh wait, here we go.
But in the way I feel about it is you guys' critique is that it wasn't as good as a book. The way I look at it is, one, they're two separate things. Like the same way, like a TV show. Like if you just watched one episode of a TV show and used it as a comparison to the way a movie would have been, you'd think it sucks. And I think that what we, instead of looking at it as like, oh, they fucked it up, we just look at it as now you got two different things about the same thing that you
That's
can
a great
enjoy.
point.
I try
Yeah,
to look
I totally
at it as
agree.
objectively as possible, though. Like I still feel it's a mediocre movie.
I totally agree with Colby though. Like it's
Yeah.
too different. Like you
Like-
have this, you can't ever fit everything into a book, into a movie, and it's
But they always try though, and that's why
do.
it fucks up the movie.
and I would just wonder if I would have like, how did you guys feel about Marin's breaking up with him because she had cancer? Did you feel like her or was her mom in the movie? Did you feel like
Yeah.
her mom dying was that big of a deal?
No.
No.
I didn't feel like it was that like big enough, like because that in the book that is a powerful punch. Like oh my gosh, it makes complete sense why she dumped him, why she's been a bitch, why she I just felt like it was just kind of like oh my mom died. It was really hard on my dad. I don't want to talk about it. And then
Yeah.
he's like super bummed out, but he's bummed out because his daughter just died. So I feel like stuff like that.
Is that why he had the world's oldest shotgun in this movie? It was 2014. He still had that like the what do you call it? The break action shotgun. And he's like, wait till I fucking get my powder in here, my musket. When I get this ball in here, your ass is dead.
You got
Hope I don't
on.
miss.
Those are actually still really popular.
What muskets?
The break action.
No, if you're talking about like with speed
They're like
shooting.
the finest one
No.
made. I was just watching a show on it the other day.
You're talking about an over under, Derek. This is
No.
this double barrel.
I know exactly what
I
I'm
don't
talking
think
about.
I don't think you do.
Better check yourself, Colby.
I
Kelly brothers.
literally just saw a show on it like a
Really
week ago, and they were talking about like they were the two finest shotguns ever made, and one was like
So that was his collector's edition he brought
So you're
out.
saying he had a high class shotgun?
maybe.
Yeah, he's a high class man.
Makes sense.
But
But that was just kind of disappointing because because that was the whole thing. Why he was so mad, why he got accused of murdering her. Just felt like it could have been, but you got so much to fit into a movie. They could have, but that, like you said at the beginning, that could have been more the mystery of why she did that because she was obviously so in love with him.
Yeah, in the book it wasn't a who done it. It was
why done it?
yeah. It was why did this guy's life fall apart, and it ended up being a very sad story that just happened to have a really shitty coincidental murder.
Now, doesn't that sound like a boring fucking movie?
No, it was
2 hours of him being like discovering his emotions.
Well, no, because he wasn't just
I
discovering
don't know,
his
Fault in Your
emotions.
Stars. Why did you tell me?
There was shit going on in that movie. It wasn't like some guy
Well,
like.
there's shit in this
"Oh,
one. He
why?"
grew horns and was like finding out he was the devil. It was cool.
And you know what? Here, two classic examples: Forrest Gump and Jurassic Park. The two books for those movies, completely different.
Mm-hmm.
Completely different. And you guys know in the Forrest Gump movie, he goes to space.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned that. I
He
think
goes to space.
We brought up
in-
Forrest Gump a couple times on this podcast.
And
it comes
Dra-
up in everything.
In Jurassic
Kind of his
Park,
thing.
in the book, remember the lawyer that gets eaten on the toilet? He saves the fucking kids in the books. And then him and the Muldoon, the Tyrannosaurus paddock guy, the Gennaro and Muldoon get together and go and hunt dinosaurs. Like they go and like start killing dinosaurs in the book.
Who's excited for Chris Pratt and a new
my
Jurassic
God.
Park? I hope he has his shirt on.
My point's made. Damn it.
No, very
I
good.
agree. Yeah, I mean, I totally agree that
Yeah.
they need to be taken as two totally separate things.
Yeah.
And I mean, I definitely
just-
always try to do that.
Was interested to see if you guys thought their motivations were as if they made any sense, you know.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
As
a
an
good question.
entity separated from the book, it didn't seem to have the impact that everyone had hoped.
Yeah, I really wanted it to be like, oh, shit, it...
Does that make me the asshole?
Yeah.
Everybody
Oh,
but me
I'm
now.
an asshole now.
There's an asshole.
Is Derek an asshole because he disagrees with you about the shotgun?
Yeah. Everybody but me is a dick in this podcast.
But
Taking my microphone and going home.
but I did enjoy the movie. I thought it was fun.
It was
fun to
beautiful.
watch,
It was
yeah.
a beautifully shot movie.
Yeah, it was.
The
Very
scene
nice.
where
Nice.
they light the bar on fire and he busts out, like, if it wasn't for that stupid Personal Jesus song, which, I mean, it was very appropriate, but I'm just like,
It's 56. I can't even remember that song was playing.
yeah, when they were all the people were fighting, he gets back in the car, and
You were very in tune with this soundtrack.
I was, because I knew all the songs. I'm like, I shouldn't know any of these. I'm lame. But I thought they had some beautiful shots.
See,
Like
that's-
when he's sinking, when his brother's on that drug trip and like sinking in, all the snakes and the vine drum, that was really pretty.
was
Everything was like saturated just a little bit, and it was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true.
Well, let's get meta about murder with Matt's themes and tropes.
Some of the themes we brought up earlier were, Colby brought this up. He was talking about how the devil and God kind of go hand in hand. They have like a judge and executioner type relationship. And I guess this is more trivia, but while I was researching all this stuff, I found out there's really not a whole lot about hell in the Bible.
Yeah.
There's only one line that describes it, and it says, "He shall be cast into a furnace of fire, and there shall be wailing and mashing," and that's it.
Yeah,
And
They
he
took
did sleep
that
in a.
and ran.
Yeah, I was disappointed because he slept in a furnace in the book.
And the isn't that the gnashing of teeth?
Yeah, the mashing.
Which is horrible if you think about it.
Yeah.
Oh God!
Let me
that's
do that close to the
horrible.
microphone.
Oh, gross! Stop.
I know, that's what hell sounds like.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be bad.
For you at home, you've experienced hell.
Hell is just people like grinding their teeth
Yeah.
and poking their eyeballs.
Stop touching your eye. When you fall asleep, somebody walks up and just like puts their bare butt by your face and farts.
You have to listen while people scrape their nails on chalkboards and bite popsicles with their front teeth.
Take that, Hitler.
Chew on aluminum foil.
My daughter did that to me the other day. She walked up because I think we were changing her pull-up, and she walks up and puts her butt up and goes, "What have I raised? What have I brought to this world?"
I'm a wizard man myself.
That's a wizard.
What's a
Tell
You guys don't know the
Yes.
wizard?
No,
It's
I'm
when
so
you
scared.
fart in your hand and throw it at somebody.
Is that buttercup or cup of soup?
We'd always call
Got
it.
cheese.
I've heard cup
We'd
of
always
soup.
call it the wizard because it looked like you were throwing like a magic at him.
Liu Kang.
But that shit works. I swear to God. Like I have been wizarded by my brother, and I swear to God, it was like a face full of the nastiest. You'd fall off the couch and cry.
Okay, I just want to point out how funny it is that we're talking about farts in the middle of Matt's themes.
Oh yeah.
You guys go on. I'll just be here.
It's a theme of our lives, apparently.
Saw a picture the other day where somebody farted in a pot in like Pier 51 or whatever, and like put the lid on it and put a note in there. like whoever opened it, like you just unleashed a fart.
Sorry, Matt. Continue on.
All right. A lot of pictures of what we consider to be hell actually come from John Milton's Paradise Lost and Dante's Inferno. The reason the devil has horns is actually kind of the Christians' way of putting down pagan religions, because the horns come from like Dionysus
Suck it, Dionysus.
and Pan. Yeah. Suck it.
Where to take your stuff?
Which is weird, because Dionysus is all about the wine. You think they'd be on top of that.
But it's also
Blood
all
Christ
about
now.
excess, right?
Oh, I guess that's true.
Partying, and
Yeah.
that's not a Puritan thing. You don't want to party in a Puritan culture.
And the pitchfork comes from Poseidon's trident.
Poseidon was always my favorite of the Greek gods.
Because you were in the Navy. Very appropriate.
Yeah, that makes sense. I had a theory about the treehouse and why it even comes up at all in the book or in the movie, because it was kind of weird, even in the book. Like, they never really explained it.
Still didn't get it yet.
It's like
But-
some kind of portal.
In
Well-
the book, it's a treehouse of the mind, and he goes back in time and
Yeah,
remember
it's
that?
there's like time travel involved
Yeah.
too. But my theory is that Iggy and what's her name in the book?
Marin.
Marin.
Marin, they were so pure that they were kind of an analogy,
Allegory?
a metaphor for an allegory for Adam and Eve, and that they had never partaken in the tree of knowledge. And the full title of the tree of knowledge is the tree of knowledge of good and evil, and the fact that they did not know that their best friend was a sociopath is very telling of that. So when they go into the treehouse, it's like partaking in the fruit. It's kind of a metaphor for having sex in the Bible.
Their fruit.
Yeah, so they partake in the fruit, but it's not of the tree of knowledge, it's of the tree of life, and so their love will be eternal because they chose that fruit instead of the other one.
That's cool.
Cherry pie.
Damn man.
Yeah, I like that.
That really, I want to listen or read it again now. Just like see that makes more sense.
Yeah. Which is kind of bullshit because like. If you fell in love with somebody, like at how old are they, like 9?
Well, their love was so pure, though.
By the time
Adam
you hit
and
like
Eve of this
16, you'd be like, "Shut the fuck up! I'm so sick of everything you have to say.
Not if you
You're
got
so
along with
stupid." How do you know? Like, how do you know you're gonna be the same person when you're like from 9 to 16? It's completely different.
Well, I think these two people just happen to.
That's part of the fairy tale.
I gotta say, because it was funny that you would bring this up. I think it might be you. Because when I was at your house and we were playing Monopoly, I was watching you guys all interact. I was like, you guys are all mean to each other. You were just mean to each other. So I think you would have been like, shut the fuck up after. Like, what kind of family dynamic are they running here where they're just like... And I guess I'm that way with my immediate family as well. But not my sweet Kathleen.
No.
Kind of building on that though, like I really liked how the book ended because in the book, like he goes back into the treehouse and like he dies essentially, and like Buddy is like reunited with her, but they're both like kind of demons, like because she's on fire, like covered in flames or something like that, and so like they're forever young and forever in love, and
I have anything. Let's never do a movie that's based on a
so
book.
Sick of
No, just a book that I haven't read.
Have you read the Bible? Have you read that book? That's what we're talking about.
I've made time.
I got to do all kinds of shit. I run 6
Oh,
charities.
I wasn't here to do this when Dracula was playing.
I know, that's why I said just one that I haven't read. Do as many books or movies based on books you want, just so long as I have read that book.
Okay, in closing, to feed the sun god with junk food movie dialogue, we offer unto you the Quetzalcoatl. Who's got a good one?
I've got one, but it was 2 weeks ago that we watched this movie, so I don't remember when this was said and under what context.
Maybe we can piece it together.
Okay.
Yeah, context.
Yeah, I guess because you guys are like, well, in the book he actually said...
Sorry. I'm sure it's very annoying.
He said, maybe I'll take a shit on the seat myself. I have no idea when I said that.
I don't recall, but
somebody
it's
was talking about trash in his car.
because they found the car. Oh, hell, I don't remember.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
No idea what maybe it's a different movie.
Yeah, somebody wanted to
You're
do
watching
something bad
YouTube
to it,
videos
yeah.
on your phone when you got bored with the movie.
It's just some guy saying, I'll take a shit on the seat myself.
I really liked when he was at the doctor's office and they're like, he's giving them the gas and stuff because they're about to try to remove the horns, and Ig is like, it's like, you sure this is gonna work? The doctor's like, nope, but it'll be fun to find out, or it'll be fun to try.
Oh, I want to point out a factual error in that scene. The doctor said that he liked to snort OxyContin or Vicodin or Percocet or something like that.
Oxy.
You can't snort it anymore. They changed the formula so you can't snort it.
Since when? Though? This is
Like,
filmed in
how does it
2012.
prevent it from being absorbed into
You
your
can't
nose?
crush it in small enough pieces.
Oh, I think
I'm
he
sure
really
people have tried.
Yeah, and they failed. Is what's
Maybe he had some old school samples
Yeah.
or something.
He's got a
yeah,
bunch
maybe.
Yeah. But good to know. Good to know.
Yeah.
For listeners at home.
If
Don't
you're
try
out there
snorting it.
trying to snort
You
oxy,
don't waste all your
Yeah.
OxyContin. You just spend $5 a pill on.
Whoa, is that much money?
Yeah, it's expensive these days, especially because of the. We'll do a separate
Tell us
podcast.
more.
We'll do the after hours podcast and all about the painkillers. And
Oh,
yeah,
cool.
Best ways to get them into your body.
Yeah.
swallow it. That's it. That's the only way to swallow it.
Just swallow all the
I
drugs.
think put them up your butt. Yeah.
Keystra. They actually it's like a thing now where like it just turns like into dust when your poop touches it too. That's another formula.
in your poop.
But then it'd be easier to ingest through your
It's
butt if it was
it's
dust.
bad dust is what it is. It's no good dust. Just makes your butt sting for like a week. I don't know.
You feel like you ate a bunch of peppers.
You guys ever had really hot Indian food? What's like sticking Percocet up your butt?
Okay, who else got good quotes?
I have one. Ig says, "People say you should always do the right thing, but sometimes there is no right thing. You just have to pick the sin you can live with," which is pretty much just like the theme of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Kathleen, you got one?
Mine was, "You fucking patients, all you care about is yourself." Which is probably true.
True.
That's
Probably
right.
that's probably what
Exactly
every
how
doctor
they're
thinks.
feeling.
You need a lot, doctor. You can kiss my ass.
Yeah. All right. Does anybody have any last words for this movie? Anything anybody wants to talk about?
I'll tell you all about Percocet.
Yeah, I want to hear about it.
I got something I want to talk about. What did you guys think of the Terminator trailer?
I haven't seen it yet.
Khaleesi.
She's on
Is
it?
she in it?
Sarah Connor.
Mm-hmm.
What?
She's beautiful. I can see her.
Sarah Connor.
I was one that defended the
Son of
shit
a-
out of Terminator Salvation, but this movie is going to be absolute shit.
Yeah, I don't know why James. Well, he's busy with Avatar. Never mind. I was like, why doesn't he just do another one? He keeps like whispering
Because
in
he
the ear of everybody
edited
else
it
to do
after
it.
two.
Yeah, he made a really good one, made an even better one somehow, and was like, "It's done."
It's
And
a
then-
and like
Come on.
for the viewers at home that have seen like the new ones, it's bullshit. Watch the original ending. It's over. The war's over.
Yeah.
It said the war
No,
never
it's
happened.
It's been
It is.
retconned,
No,
bro.
it's not.
Dude, I'm saying, okay, you're going based off of James Cameron's story, correct? James Cameron, in his movie, said the war never happened.
Yeah.
The war never
Yeah,
happened.
she says at the end, the time came, it never happened.
Yeah.
In 3, they're like,
No
"Well,
war,
this
no
happened
John
later."
Connor.
Yeah,
But if there's time travel, you don't know what's going to happen.
It's true.
yeah. In this new trailer, I thought it looked cool. I think I can't say anything about what the story's going to be, but it was fun watching old Arnold be a old robot. So I'm in. I'll check it out.
Ooh, Star Wars trailer.
Yeah.
Cry like a
That looks
bitch.
fun. I'm so happy.
Yeah, it was absolutely beautiful.
Abe said
Pitch
somebody.
Perfect 2.
Woo!
Yeah.
Hell's yeah.
Crushed
If
it.
we can bring it back to Jurassic Park, did it look like to anybody else in the end of the trailer that the Raptors were helping Chris Pratt?
Oh my gosh, it does, because you know he can totally harness it, because
Yeah.
he's Andy Dwyer, and they love him.
If
No,
I think he's just like.
He
they were
totally
running
like he was-
alongside him
yeah.
and they was
Yeah,
driving the
dude.
motorcycle and he didn't seem concerned at all.
There actually isn't wheels on the motorcycle. They're just like holding rods.
It totally like they were running with him. I'm like, they're going to take a bite out of
The
him.
Raptors help him.
He's so cool, he doesn't need to look like he's concerned. Oh,
Star
man.
Lord, for Christ's sake.
But this is exactly what they want to do. Like, everyone's at the park. I'm like, oh, shit, we finally get to see it. Like, you have to go take tours and all that. Oh, my God. It's going to probably be bad, but I'm...
No, I think
I don't know,
Oh,
it's
it looks
As long
so
as there's
cool.
no gymnastics in it, it's fine.
Oh, my God! Vince Vaughn's daughter's flipping all over the
Like, takes out his doctor, like, flipping on that thing.
Was it? No, it was Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, yeah.
stuff.
Oh,
Malcolm's
Vince
daughter.
Vaughn was the...
Yeah.
Whatever. He's probably his daughter.
Same difference.
Oh, got a fun piece of trivia there. I can say, do you know how he got the job in Lost World?
Vince
Jeff
Vaughn?
Goldblum?
No, Vince Vaughn. They asked to use the Jaws theme for Swingers, and they told Steven Spielberg about it, and he was like, "Yeah, sure, go ahead and use it." And so he watched it because they used the theme from Jaws and Swingers, and he's like, "I really like that guy," and so they put him in Lost World.
Little did they know he'd be that guy forever.
Come on, T-Rex, what's going on?
I'm going to talk real fast with you.
His second one is when T-Rex at the end comes to America. Right?
They went from being like, "Oh, this is a cool movie," to being like,
I don't
"Fuck
know.
facts,
That was pretty
fuck
cool.
logic,
Being a
let's go
dog.
for it."
Okay, that is the end of Meet Your Monsters for this week. Thanks to my friends for hanging out with me. That's you guys. Thanks to you at home for listening, Jack.
Hi, Jack. Hi.
If you want to follow along next week's movie will be, and I'm very excited about this because it's Christmas time.
Yeah. Is it
Ernest Saves
Gremlins?
Christmas.
Gremlins.
Yay!
Gremlins rules.
Awesome.
Yeah, because I know at least you
I've
haven't
never
seen it.
You've never seen Gremlins?
Everyone else has
Hooray.
seen it. It's such a great movie.
You're in
so.
for a treat.
Double feature.
What's the other one?
Gremlins 2.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Oh yeah, Gremlins 2 is good too.
No, we gotta save Gremlins 2 for another podcast.
Yeah, there's a fight tonight, so you guys are out of luck. Watch one
You guys
Gremlins.
get
You get one
We
Gremlin.
can watch it upstairs in the bedroom. Tiny's.
I got my popcorn in.
Okay, thanks everybody.
Bye.
Bye.